one of the big themes of the book, and we touched a little bit on it today, is what is the effect of AI on our democracy? And I would argue, and you also argue, that it had a very negative effect because our democracy is based on the consent of the governed, and the consent of the governed is arrived at by some shared consensus of what's real and what's not real, of what's truthful and what's not truthful. Is that the great damage? Is that the great potential damage to democracy from AI?
Um, he also now talks publicly, but in slightly long sentences, which are hard turning to sound bites, about the real dangers of AI in terms of amplifying misinformation and its impact on democracy. At the moment, where we stand is that the right side of the aisle is willing to use misinformation and AI at scale. It's doing politics. And it leaves the Democrats in a very tough because their choice is either be the good guys and don't play with those tools and lose that outcome for them, or essentially use the tools. Essentially we have candidates now that are increasingly amplifying memes and misinformation and but right at the tipping point of saying, wait, is the only way you win? The tools are now the tool on the coin of the realm. And if misinformation and lies are the only things that are going to scare people into acting on one side or another, then do both parties essentially have to become AI-driven liars? And that also seems like a terrible outcome. So, when I wave a flag about the danger to democracy, I'm not doing that casually.